In the first part of our interview with Papa Gerald, he shared with us his journey to unite Toastmasters in 4 countries, which led to the formation of District 51, once the largest district in the world. Papa Gerald is also an accomplished communicator. He is the first and still the only accredited speaker outside the United States of America and Canada, an achievement that is recorded in the Malaysia Book of Records. Now, let's hear how he achieved this amazing feat.
So, Papa Gerald, you are the first and the only accredited speaker outside of the North America. Can you share with us how did you achieve this?
Okay. I've not heard of the accredited speaker program, and I'm basically an achiever. I like to achieve things. So after getting my DTM and being the first to get the DTM in the country, I was excited about it, and I thought that was the ultimate. And then there was this guy called Paul Siang, who was in my club. And Paul Siang is a pretty learned guy. And he says, DTM is nothing. He says, DTM, ATM, before we were only CTM, ATM, DTM. Competent Toastmaster, Advanced Toastmaster. We had no gold, no silver, no bronze. And then we had Distinguished Toastmaster. This is all a matter of, like what Pengu said, a matter of completion. You complete the speech assignment, you get it. You complete the assignment, you get it. So he says, the acid test of a speaker, I wanted to be a good speaker. So the acid test of a speaker is the accredited speaker program. That's the only time when Toastmasters International says the buck stops here. No more evaluation, now we judge. You pass or you fail. So being an achiever, I took up the challenge. And he showed me the program from one of the Toastmaster magazines that they advertised for those who wanted to go, and I applied, and I had to fulfill several requirements. I must have been given 25 speeches outside Toastmaster groups, paid speeches where they gave you, and I must have been Toastmaster standing for so many years, of course. And then you put in you send a tape of your speech of 25 minutes to 40 minutes or something like that, speaking to a non-Toastmaster group, and letters of verification of your paid speeches, etc., together with a fee to Toastmasters International, and send it to the education department, Toastmasters International. The fee is for them to duplicate your tape. At that time it was audio tape. Now I believe it is a video tape. And the fee is for them to duplicate into 5 copies, and they send to 5 individual judges across the United States. And the 5 must unanimously concur that you have made the grade, and they tell you. If one says no, they write back and tell you, sorry, try again next year. So I tried the first year, I had sorry, try again next year. Second year, I had sorry, try again next year. Twice, sorry. Third year, I gave up hope. Fourth year, I said, try again. This time, congratulations. You have made the first step. Got second half.
Wow.
That is only the preliminary round. Now the next round, you have to attend an international convention, international, like what we had here in KL,
Yes.
and there you will be judged live, like how you saw. And this time it was in the convention was in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and I went there. And this time, thank God, I had it first time. It was really tough. The audience was not as big as this at that time because they were running this program concurrently. I had only about 200 people in my audience, not like this 2,000 plus people, 3,000 people. And my wife was with me. So I went there early, sat down in the back row waiting for my time to come up. And they started coming in, all the Americans, black, white, big size, small size. My wife was saying, too dear, too dear. He was like getting all so nervous. And I went up and delivered the speech. And I came back and I asked, how will I know the results? And they said, what is your room number? They would let me know because I was staying there. So I said, okay. So I was in the room and that night did not go anywhere. Pacing up and down, the lights on, pacing up and down, walking. My wife was saying, come, let's go to sleep now, they're not going to call you. And then put off the light, then I saw on the telephone a red light, a blinker. I went to call the reception, they said, there's a letter for you. I went down there, they gave me the letter, opened the letter. Congratulations, you have made it to be an accredited speaker. Present yourself tomorrow at the Hall of Fame to receive the blah, blah, blah.
Wow, amazing.
Went to the lift, in the bubble lift, went down on my knees and thank God.
So of all your achievements, what was your proudest moment in your journey in Toastmasters?
Wow, this is what I like. My proudest moment is the photograph I'm waiting to get from Peggy. My inspirational speech.
In what occasion?
The last convention was my proudest moment in my Toastmasters journey. And of my inspirational speech, if you were to listen to it, I've got it on my thing if you want to listen to it. Hussein recorded it in the audience. Just before I began, let me begin with gratitude, I said that. But just before I began, I walked up to the round ball down there, just before I began. My moment I'll never forget until I die. It's a singular voice from the audience, man. The voice said, Papa! Imagine that 2,700 people down there, and I get this one voice shouting out to me. That is recognition. And I tell you, I was sick, that day. I was weak, I could hardly stand. I had suffered from food poisoning and I could hardly walk the distance to the conference room many times. I go for the preparation and they tell me, that was a terrific experience. And they tell me there's a round ball down there, you go there, you stand in a round ball, the 2 feet round ball. You know the size of the stage.
Yes.
And that day itself I arrived, and then after the flag ceremony and all that, and this guy from behind the curtains called me out. I go off the stage and I weep because after food poisoning, I had gastric. I'm still on gastric medication now. And I had to go behind, and he's holding me, his big chest, the big stomach, he's holding me, and the whole team of American fellas coming. One fellow put on the microphone, one fellow adjust your collar, and then this fellow tells me, it's all dark, I can't see anything, curtains all at the back. And then it's, now they're on the third line, the second line, okay, on the last line, now I'll tap your shoulder, that's when you go, follow the arrows. That's all I can see, luminous arrows on the ground. And I go up and I see this ocean of heads. The lighting is such, you see that heads only, heads. And then on the top down there, heads some more. And I go down there and just naturally respond. And I want to start, and this voice comes, Papa! Oh my God!
What is that?
So that was my
Proudest
moment.
unforgettable.
Yeah.
I can feel the passion that you have and the dream that you have in pursuing what you want to achieve. And what is the one attribute that you think a Toastmaster must have, and why?
He has got to be a people person. He's got to be real. Cannot be a fake. Because we are dealing with people. We are dealing with sensitivities. You are up there. You are connecting with people. The word is connect. How do you connect? You have to be human to connect. You cannot be wanting to stand on a pedestal. And that is why evaluations is always my determination to see the evaluations are done properly. They should be sincere. They should be encouraging. That's what I said in my inspiration speeches. I said that when you can Toastmasters is the only organization in the world that helps you to evaluate someone's performance and give your feedback. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. And when you are able to give someone sincere yet encouraging feedback, that person is enriched with added courage and confidence to speak up effectively, and will for the rest of his life be glad that he joined Toastmasters, where leaders are made. So it is important that we be authentic, be ourselves. And that is why that's the whole basis of my new book, How to Speak Like a True Leader. I think you were asking me something about that also.
Yeah. Speaking about leader, what is the most decision that you have made as a leader?
The most important decision I made as a leader, I think it is to change my career from a marine engineer to at the end of my contract, instead of renewing my contract, I said goodbye to my general manager. I was happy to go. He was more happy to let me go, because I just come back from the States after doing going for unpaid leave for 3 months to do my course there. As far as he's concerned, what the hell is a marine engineer got to do with public speaking, you know? That was the most important. Although I faced tremendous, after that I was saying, okay, now I go into this new profession. It'll take some time to get some money, but at the same time my wife was working, So in case I can always fall back on her. But 2 weeks after I gave in my resignation, my wife's company folded. And bang, we hit rock bottom. But no regrets.
Who is the one person that has made tremendous impact in your life?
Not just one, but a few.
Would you like to share?
I mean, this is what I'm saying, just like the reason I wrote my book, To Speak Like a True Leader. I mentioned about Nelson Mandela. I talk about likability. People do business with people they like. If I have to choose someone I want to do business, will I choose somebody who's arrogant or somebody who I like? So that's on Nelson Mandela. Like another person is Pope Francis. I'm a Catholic. It's not necessary that I'm Catholic for that. But when he became Pope, and the other cardinals and all that were having prayers and all that to see who should be elected as the new Pope. And then everybody was waiting, St. Peter's Square, millions of people waiting. On TV, they're waiting to see who come through Basilica, the St. Peter's Basilica, to appear at the window, for people to see the new Pope. And when he appeared, people are expecting him to bless the people, the new Pope blessing me, is a great privilege. And instead of blessing the people, he said, I know you are expecting me to bless you, but can I ask you to bless me first? I need your blessing. Oh, humility. Another person is Malala, the Pakistani student, 16-year-old, shot in the head by the Taliban because she wanted to be educated. She had a purpose in life. To have a purpose in life. Her purpose was to be educated until now. And I think she has a good chance this year to be winning the Nobel Peace Prize. Another one is Marina Mahathir. In my book, I talk about speak less but say more. In other words, let's see your actions. Don't talk too much. What did she do when there was racial tension on the Allah issue? She and her sisters of Islam went to the church in Klang and offered flowers to the priests. She didn't have to say much. Peace offering. She quelled racial tension. So every now and then, every different periods of our life, we get different people inspiring you. As long as you're inspired by the right purpose, okay.
And now we have almost come to the end of the interview session. And before that, may I ask Papa Gerald, do you have any message that you want to convey to the members of District 51?
It's just to tell our members, to tell our Toastmasters that we are second to none. We can get anything we want to get if we put our minds to it. We can have the best speaker in the world. We can have anything. Only thing is to go for quality. So that's where we come in again. My pet subject is evaluation again. Toastmasters is the greatest organization in the world, but it's not perfect.
Thank you very much, Gerald, for your time
It's a
in this
pleasure and a
wonderful
privilege to do
Sunday
it.
and sharing with us your journey in Toastmasters. And I'm sure all of you are inspired and motivated by Papa Gerald's story and his journey in Toastmasters. And on behalf of District 51 leaders, I wish all of you enjoy your journey in Toastmasters. And to Papa Gerald, we wish you good health and happiness be always with you.